had a situation that happened 3.5 years ago, March of 2008. I was running a race in Columbus, Ohio. It was a pump and run, which is only a 5K, and bench press your weight, and you run a 5K. I do it every year with a bunch of my buddies, and ran the race. Was struggling a lot. Generally, I'm a speed demon, but I ran a 5K in maybe 22 minutes, and it took me a half hour. I got to the end, and my buddy was waiting on me, and he said, what was wrong? And I said, I don't know, I'm just struggling. I struggled to prepare, and I don't know what it is. I'm just getting old, and I turned to him, and I remember I put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, I'm going down. And that's the last thing I remember for a while, and my heart stopped.
There's some people doing the race that were medical professionals. I was trying to keep him from swallowing his tongue. One doctor was trying to figure out if he had a pulse, and there was a nurse, and I was trying to keep him from swallowing his tongue, and we were trying to figure out what exactly was happening to him. His eyes had rolled out. His eyes went blank, and he was apparently in death breaths. He was in ventricular fibrillation.
Oh my gosh.
Would give 4 minutes to shock the heart back into rhythm. By the grace of God, there was a ambulance at the finish line. Somebody had hurt their leg. Somebody had gone out and got the ambulance. They came in and they said, they put the paddles on him. They said he's in BFib, and they just said clear. So we cleared. They shocked his heart, got it back in a rhythm. They were able to save him. So we got in the ambulance. I had to call his wife in Canada. He was living in Canada at the time. And I said the kid had a heart attack, and we're on the way to the hospital.
So I woke up. I was in an ambulance. I couldn't hear anything. I was in shock. But I think it was moving. I could see things moving in the ambulance, and I had no idea what had happened. All I knew was that I couldn't breathe, and I was terrified. And I could only hear somebody got right in my face and asked me a question. But I just remember being scared to death. My friend Doug was in the front seat because I asked for him at one point. I never thought my heart. I just didn't know what was wrong. So.
When we got to the hospital, I noticed when we took him into the ER, he was afraid to close his eyes. He kept bouncing his eyes open. And he told me later he's afraid if he closed his eyes, he'd never wake back up again.
Oh my gosh.
So he kept trying to fight, stay awake.
So they wheeled me somewhere. I wasn't really aware of what was going on, and they put me in an operating room. And doctor was talking to me, but I couldn't comprehend anything. I was just battling to breathe, and he was doing something, and all of a sudden I could breathe, I could understand, and he did angioplasty, and my left descending artery was 100% clogged, and he opened it up, put a stent in it, and I was okay, and it all seems pretty simple, but I was really fortunate.
Emotionally for me, seeing a friend of yours that you basically dying in front of you was one of the toughest days of my life. I mean,
the run's very special to me. Training for it, make sure I'm heart healthy, and just experiencing it with everyone and running the race is just another reminder of how lucky I am, and it's just such a great event.